So the video you're about to watch lays down some of the foundational clips that will be used to justify the experiment that I'm proposing in the end of the video. But basically, it is laid in the foundation work of John Stuart Bell back in the 1960s when they were coming up with concepts and methods of testing of the quantum entanglement theory. And what it was it's basically called, if you want to go Google it, but it's called the Bell test, the Big Bell test, I believe is what it was called. But basically, John needed to be able to test the quantum theories with an experiment that he had with particles, but he didn't want his own observations and his his human conscious thoughts and everything to interfere with the experiment. So what they did was they came up with a method to be able to include humans to be able to generate random data during the experiment. So what they did was they had humans, basically they came in and they were able to choose something, a particular variable, and John called it the unknown hidden variable, but people would be able to like choose something like yes or a no, and that made the particles do one thing or the other in the experiment. So likewise, I'm going to take John's lead on the experiment that I'm proposing when I head out west pretty soon, and we're going to throw it all upon you guys. And so if you want to partake in the experiment, you can. And the key word will be owl, okay, as in like the bird that flies around, owl. And I don't know what it's going to do, and I don't know what it's going to yield, although when I go off trail and do what I want to do out west and take my camera with me, because it's going with me, hopefully something's going to speak to me through intuition or my gut feeling, or when I see something, owls or whatever the case may be, something's going to communicate through this experiment, and then the camera hopefully will be able to capture something that we will be able to use and to discover more things that might have more meaning when it comes to quantum entanglement and the conscious thought. So that's what the experiment is going to be about, and a little bit of the background of it. Also in this video, the stuff is kind of back. And my sister just recently, I want to say a couple of weeks ago, my sister just recently, they were doing some stuff in the backyard at her house, and she told me she had filmed and or made snapshots of her grandchild, and basically in the snapshot was a blue orb, and I tried to get it to where when you on an iPhone you touch it and it has some movement to it, but that's it. I tried to get it and upload it to where you could actually see the movement of the orb, but I can't. It doesn't do that. But towards the end of the video, you go to see the blue orb in the photo, and it just moves around very erratically, just like this. And so it does not appear to be anything like a reflection or a refraction when it comes to bouncing off the camera lens or the plastic of the camera, reflecting around, refracting. Doesn't seem to be doing that because it's actually moving. So that will be in there. If you want to go to the very end of the video, then that's where it will be at also. So has had a lot to say, and I haven't been sitting on my laurels or anything like that. I know a lot of people have been asking for more field work, and that will be coming up probably as the summer months come to an end, as we start getting more towards the cooler months. I do have some things and some plans and some more field work that I want to do, but I'm going to be acquiring some more equipment. Matter of fact, some of that equipment will be coming in today, and I will be taking one of these pieces out west with me. So a lot of interesting stuff coming, a lot of good things still to come. The journey has a lot of twists and turns along the way, and it is a very interesting journey to take. I'll guarantee you that. So having said a lot, I hope you do enjoy the video, and thank you very much for your time. walk out of this place, most all the time, I feel like you have to hurry up and get out.
You feel overwhelmed.
You feel like you just got to hurry up and get out.
Honestly, I always feel like I'm being watched.
But I don't know. I don't know if it's a psychological thing or not. But it's like it's almost like you get the feeling. It's like, get out of my house. It's like a feeling like that. I mean, I know we were pushing it a little bit tonight with the marble, so we've never done that before.
It almost feels a little...
All right, tell me about it, Mark.
It's off. It's not recording. It was recording when we left it on the tree. And we went over and planted our camera, went down this way, ran some tests. I saw the thing run across. Betty thought she saw something hiding behind a tree on the FLIR. We come back to take it down. I haven't touched this at all. You saw me. I untaped it.
Yeah, I
Put my earphones on. It's not
I could
on.
have swore it was all running and everything.
It's not on.
So this is right there, so it's stopped.
Now it's on. So we probably got nothing. I consistently hear things up in this area, but it's very, very distant and
But that's where we got the last one at.
on the threshold. And
Yeah.
like I thought I heard music a minute ago.
Ain't nobody out there.
No.
No. It's quiet now.
Is that you?
No. Clues.
But it seems like no matter how diligent we are, the thing that we really count on, our electronics, fail us. We count on those things a lot.
It was green vegetation. It was like the jungle. It was like the swamp. That it moved from the right to the left very fast. And that's what caught my eye was motion.
Did you hear those owls?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this camera's bright.
What?
This camera's bright.
Yeah, man, it blinds you. I can't see anything behind that light.
Betty, you ready to go?
She's in there.
I'm telling you, that shit freaked me out.
Sometimes the activity that we get, I explain it like this. We hear the traditional things that are going on around us. We know for sure we get activity. And then we get this spooky, freaking, creepy, bizarre stuff that starts happening. And it seems like the only conclusion I can kind of come up with to try to fathom what's going on is that it seems like there's something else in the picture that's around. Just track with me on this. Like there's a Bigfoot here, obviously, 1 or 2 or 3, and then there's something controlling the situation that you cannot see. Okay? As in, like, I don't always want to use the word extraterrestrial or something like that. I don't want to use the word I don't want it. In other words, like a school kindergarten schoolyard, okay? You can see all the kids playing, but you don't see where the teacher is. But the teacher is in charge of the school ground, all the children playing.
But always has their eyes on it.
Yes, it seems like we always have something that's kind of on the paranormal side that is overwatching the activity. Not too long after he left our house, things started happening in our house.
And I did not know.
You did not know because remember I was saying we didn't know how to even bring this up with you.
They did not want me to be afraid of
Yes.
my own home. Okay?
Yeah. What was happening was I got touched. I got touched a few times. I could not see what touched me. But my leg was touched. I couldn't see what was down there. I just looked down. I looked down to look for my dog. There was no dog. There was nothing there below me, and I just said to myself, And You know, All right. I have been touched on my back or on my arm right here. This part right here of my arm when I went out with my dog. It's more of a like that on my back. And then what really made it very convincing is I was sitting in my recliner watching TV. And you know how it always is. We always say, you know, we get laughed at a lot of times, you know, when they say that. I always see it in the corner of my eye, or
Well,
that's very
peripheral
true.
vision picks up on stuff.
That's very true.
Yeah.
But this wasn't the corner of my eye. This was right dead center in front of me. All right. This was right dead center in front of me, and I was sitting in my chair with my feet up. You know, I'm in like a recliner, and something black just comes out of the middle of nowhere and does this swoop around me. It doesn't touch me, it just swoops around me. And then it like, if you've ever seen like a dolphin roll in the surf, you know, they come up and they roll. That's what it looked like, and it was just that quick, except for it went around me. And I just said, like, whoa, what the heck? And then I was like, well, my logical brain takes over. And my logical brain says, it's my dog. My logical brain says it's my dog because it was about the size of a dog, big dog. I look around my chair, there's no dog. I turn out of the chair, look for where my dog is, and my dog is asleep on his pad. And I said, holy freaking cow, I'm not seeing things. It was right there in front of my face. It was black.
Yeah.
It went around me. You didn't know about that.
No.
She did not know about that.
No.
So we have a phone call, a little FaceTime. She calls up and says something to us, and I said, holy cow, I think there's something I need to tell you about, because you said, I think we're being followed, or
It was my son.
yes, something's going on.
I was in my living room, and off to the side is my dining room, and there's a huge window, and it's very lit. And I saw something black, something dark, just whizzed by the window. And I looked, and I looked again, and you're trying to talk yourself out of it. Oh, did you really see that? Oh, it was a bird, or, you know, a shadow of something. And I didn't think too much about it. Well, that afternoon, I was standing at the kitchen stove, and I could see something. This was in the corner of my eye. I saw something approaching me about the size of a very large black cat. Well, I thought at first, oh, wait a minute, it was my black cat, but wait a minute. Then I said, no, she's gone. She's passed away months and months and months ago. And then I looked down on the floor, and I looked back up, and I tried to talk myself out of it again. So Logan, my son, approached me, I don't know, a week or so later, and he said, Mom, he said, I think there's something in the house. And he didn't know about the window.
No, he doesn't know anything about Bigfooting either.
He didn't know about the black cat dog looking thing coming towards my feet either. And I looked at him and I said, what are you talking about? He said, I saw it. And I said, what do you mean you saw it? He said, it was upstairs. We have a two-story house, had a two-story house. And I said, what did it look like? He said, it was something hooded. And I said, what do you mean hooded?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes. I said, what do you mean hooded? He said, it was like a figure standing there with a dark hood. Oh, I got on the phone very fast.
Yes, that's how it was.
And I called him, I FaceTimed him, and I said, I think there's something, I think something followed me home from the swamp that Mark sees. And
I said, oh my goodness, when did this happen? And you said, well, Logan's seen it. And I said, well, then there's something that I need to tell you about. I said, we need to tell you about something here.
Yeah.
Logan comes up and explains, I think it's happened to Logan on a few times.
A few times. It happened about a month ago again. Because I, being the biblical person.
And it was in your house, right? It was in the house.
Yes. I got my Bible out and did what I normally have been taught, running it out of my home. I wasn't going to allow it to be in my house. So I thought I got rid of it. Nothing showed up for weeks. Nothing showed up for weeks. Weeks and weeks and weeks.
Yeah.
Then Logan comes home one night, about 9:30 at night. He's walking from the kitchen to the living room. And he stands there and he looks at me so quietly, nonchalantly. Hey, Mom. And I said, what? He said, it's back. And I said, what's back? And he said, I just saw the dark figure in your bedroom standing. And
Oh, it's spooky.
I started to get a little creeped out then.
Yeah.
And that's when I FaceTimed him again the next day
And that's
told
when I
him.
told you need to know more things going
Yeah,
on. And
so I
we
was
need to-
filled in.
We need to tell you what's really been going on here. And
Was
our sightings were matching on time.
something was fishy? Yes, and something was fishy.
The sightings between our two households was matching on time, is what we determined. And I said, when did this happen? Oh, it happened, whatever it said, like yesterday or last night or whatever. I'd be like, daggum, that's when it happened to us too. So we started realizing that they were matching.
Yes.
Our sightings, our experiences were matching in time.
Yes, and actually it was Beata that we FaceTime each other a lot. And I remember telling her about the first incident, and she's just sitting there going like this. And I said, what? And she said, I can't tell you. I said, you need to tell me what's going on.
Right, now the reason
said-
right, and the reason why we didn't go around telling everybody, it wasn't to keep Betty in the dark. Tom had advised us, he advised me, since Mark said that I was a target,
Yes.
all right? He said, avoid going to the swamp, avoid discussing any plans of going to the swamp publicly.
Yep.
He said, watch what you say in and around Mark, because I just don't know yet. And he said that these things have the ability, he said, believe me, they have the ability to know what's going on around you when you say it out in the open.
Yeah,
or
I'll say it out loud.
when you say it out loud, and then even sometimes when you even start thinking this stuff. He says, so I said, well, then I won't discuss it with anybody, because I didn't want to even publicly even acknowledge them. Einstein's spooky entanglement is the only thing that even remotely can explain it to any extent, except for things are unwanted, and it basically goes and spreads to other people.
Can you explain is there the physics of the hitchhiker effect? I know people find that just too far out. You've experienced it yourself.
Yeah, and we were always nervous about talking about the hitchhiker effect because we might stimulate it. We
Yeah.
don't know what causes it, but could there be a physics explanation? Well, if it's maybe functioning through quantum physics, there's a possibility of quantum entanglement that somehow whatever describes our consciousness, which is most likely a quantum phenomena, gets entangled with whatever the phenomena is. And so wherever you go, you're still connected to it. And that sounds hokey, but it's called the quantum measurement problem. A lot of scientists are studying it in great detail, and there's been some Nobel Prize nominations for the topic. And so I think that could be an explanation, or at least somewhere in the ballpark.
You've had things happen on the ranch that are creepy. I mean, inexplicable, call it paranormal, but it's happened. It's real, right?
Yes, very real. And in fact,
Okay, so I am also giving everyone a task also, and this will be in regards to everything that we discussed tonight about quantum and quantum entanglement and things like this. Okay, I am going out west pretty soon, and I will return by the 23rd of August. I need everyone out there that wants to participate in the experiment, okay, to consciously think and consciously give it focus on the word owl, okay, on the word owl. So when I'm out and about in the wild, wild west out there on the trails and everything, or off trail, I am hoping that you have projected some kind of thought that's going to communicate with me, and I'm going to know what I got to do when and if owl happens, okay? And then we're going to share we're going to share our results when we get, both Chris's are going to share our results when we get back. It's going to be interesting if you give it some serious thought.
So we will link our emails in the description, and please participate because it's important as we move along in our journey, the Sasquatch journey. And as my friend Larry always says, get in the woods, people.
He's been sitting there the whole time. Where's he at? Can y'all tell?
Oh, you'll like this. It sounds very close on the.
Was that a knock or?
That's the territorial.
Or was that a? Well, he's upset. I don't got no eye shine from him though.
I think they said it was about to die. The flare.
I think that's him right there. Yeah, I bet you that's him right up in there. There he is right there. See him?
I don't see them.
Right there.
Oh, there they are,
Two
right
of them.
there.
Two of them.
Hell yeah.
Let me get a close up on that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
You
Maybe
see
it's a
them?
pair.
yeah.
Right there. Oh, move it down a little. Oh,
Sorry.
There they go, right there. See
there
him?
they are.
Oh yeah, I see.
You got them on your camera, Chris? Did you get in on them or not?
I think that's. I can't get enough light on them.
Huh.
There they go, right there. Is that them?
There's one right where my flashlight's at.
Well, here.
There's two right there.
You see two?
Yeah.
Yep, they're together.
Yeah, that's them. I got them on camera.
Oh, looks like they're kissing.
Not very big, are they?
No.
They make a lot of noise for being so
Oh, their
small.
eyes are red though.
Yeah, they put out a
They're double outs.
little red.
That's where I kept hearing our stuff. Just ahead of us.
Way up in the tree. Watch it. All right, we better be going. Watching us. Look at this. They're walking off, and the owl is watching us.
One more time. See? Now that was more power on it. He's still looking like at least 80 yards. Okay. So I can safely say that we were probably shooting no more than, well, as it was hitting, dinging on trees, it was probably getting 80 yards out of it, probably. Probably not even that. 45 degree. 80 yards. So that's about it.
Okay. Where's your dog?
I don't know.
There he is.
Where's the dog? Oh, he's on the dock.
Okay, got him.